If you're looking for an awesome product at a great price, be sure to check out the link in the description. Victorian Labor's state conference delivered a resounding message on Palestine and the AUKUS submarine deal, injecting significant pressure onto the Albanese government. A motion calling for the immediate recognition of a Palestinian state passed overwhelmingly, adding Australia to the growing chorus of nations including Canada, France, and the United Kingdom advocating for Palestinian sovereignty. This decision follows a similar pledge from UK Labour leader Keir Starmer, contingent on Israel's adherence to a ceasefire and commitment to a two-state solution, a condition Prime Minister Albanese has yet to explicitly endorse. The conference also saw the passage of a motion urging a federal review of the AUKUS agreement, although attempts to strengthen the resolution, including calls for withdrawal, were ultimately unsuccessful. The original motion, though significantly altered before the vote, still reflects a considerable degree of unease within the party regarding the pact. The Victorian Labor branch's stance, while not binding on federal counterparts, undeniably highlights the growing grassroots sentiment within the party. Adding to the already charged atmosphere, a separate motion, successfully championed by Labor Friends of Palestine, called for expanded sanctions against members of Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet and an immediate halt to all direct and indirect military trade with Israel. This forceful declaration, backed by unions and community groups, emphasizes a growing concern over human rights violations and a desire for more assertive action to promote peace in the Middle East. The motion's passage, following unsuccessful attempts by counter-arguments from Labor Friends of Israel and a former Albanese advisor, underscores the powerful influence of pro-Palestinian sentiment within the Victorian Labour Party. The conference also approved additional resolutions from Friends of Palestine focusing on increased humanitarian aid and the protection of Palestinian civil liberties, further solidifying the party's stance on the issue. The event's atmosphere was further heightened by a visible display of dissent towards Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles, who received a muted reception from some delegates who felt the government's response to the Palestine issue has been insufficient. A silent protest featuring Palestinian flags held aloft on mobile phones during Marles' speech symbolized this dissatisfaction. Furthermore, restrictions on placards at this year's conference fueled frustration amongst delegates, adding fuel to the already fiery debate. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators outside the venue, though thwarted by heightened security measures, further underscored the intensity of the debate surrounding the issue. The Victorian Premier, Jacinta Allan, meanwhile, used her address to unveil a significant policy commitment regarding remote work, shifting the focus toward the upcoming 2026 state election and emphasizing the upcoming challenges facing the Labour Party. Her words, characterized by a tone of both determination and awareness of the difficulties ahead, served as a stark contrast to the passionate, albeit non-binding, resolutions passed earlier in the day, highlighting the complex interplay of local and national political priorities within the Victorian Labour Party. While the conference's resolutions are not legally binding on federal MPs, they represent a powerful expression of rank-and-file opinion and serve as a significant indicator of the increasing pressure on the Albanese government to adopt a more assertive stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the AUKUS agreement. The significant Victorian Labour victory in the recent federal election, with the party securing 27 out of 38 seats, underscores the considerable influence of the Victorian branch within the wider Australian Labour Party, making these resolutions all the more impactful. The events at Moonee Valley Racecourse served as a powerful illustration of the internal struggle within the Labour Party, balancing internal party politics with the intense pressure from the grassroots and international events surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The conference outcomes clearly demonstrate that the debate over Palestine and AUKUS is far from over,